Good morning, students. Today we are going to do urban administration. This is from class 6 civics chapter. Now, so far we have done the rural areas setting, how decisions are taken in rural setting in India. In the last chapters we have done that, and this particular picture describes it, whatever we have done so far. So we have primarily two branches like legislative and executive. Legislative is the one who is forming it, like because Gram Sabha forms Gram Panchayat, elects the Gram Sarpanch or Pradhan. Okay, and these are the member of Gram Sabha. Again, the village is divided into wards. The village is divided into wards who eventually form the Panch, and then Sarpanch is elected. They have a tenure of 5 years. The size of Gram Panchayat varies from 5 to 20, depending on the population in the village, the strength in the village. Then there's secretary who is appointed by the government to look into the to maintain a transparency in Gram Panchayat. Now, this is what it was in the rural areas. Now we are going to come to the urban setting, how decisions are made in urban setting, how people's problems are addressed in urban settings in India. Now, if you are playing, just imagine this case, if you are playing in your neighboring area and you happen to break the glass window of your neighbor's house. Now, what will happen? If they are good, they generally let it go because you are small children, but it happens, if it regularly happens, then people actually end up paying for the loss that they have made. But the same case if you do with the street light. Now, can somebody claim and ask you for this? So, what is the difference between the two? It is when it is in the case of street light, though it should not be broken because it's a public property, but who owns it? Who has put this up? Who is going to look after these community facilities, the social facilities which are for all, not for individuals? This is what we are going to see. So you can see, are these two cases similar? No. And the way we will react to both the cases would be different. Now we are going to see this. If it is a big city, then we have municipal corporation. If it is a smaller town, then we have municipal council or municipalities. These two words are used for the same thing. So if you see municipal council written or municipality, they mean the same, but generally we use municipalities more when we talk about smaller towns. So council actually means association. Then we have metropolitan city. Metropolitan city means it's a metropolis where we have the population over 10 lakhs. Now, what is a cosmopolitan? Have you ever heard of cosmopolitan? This I'll tell you by the end of this class. You can find out what is a cosmopolitan. Now, metropolis, when I say, it's a Greek word meaning mother state or mother city. Now we are going to look into the details of what we have just started, because that primarily will make us understand the details of urban setting. Now, first of urban settings. So, first of all, to start with, as Gram Panchayat was three-tier system, so is the case with urban setting. The urban area will have to start with Nagar Panchayat at the bottom, then municipal council and the municipal corporation. Now, what will be considered as one of these three we'll see. Now, Nagar Panchayat, which is the primary one to begin with, it is actually bigger than a village and smaller than a city. So, it is in the actually transition state, which is turning from a village to the city. That is called Nagar Panchayat. Then we have municipal council or municipality. Then we have municipal corporation. These are the Hindi words. Like you will find all these words written for this, but for this chapter we are using Nagar Panchayat, municipal council or municipality, and municipal corporation. This is for the bigger cities, then the smaller ones, and then which are in the transitional state. Now, as per our constitution, we can further recognize them, identify them as per the population details in these respective ones. So, Nagar Panchayat will have from 10 to 20,000, municipal council or municipality will have 20,000 to 3 lakhs, municipal corporation will have from 3 lakh or above. Now, municipal corporation this is an organization that takes care of the big cities. Municipality looks after the welfare of small towns. It is also called municipality or municipal council. And we have ward councillor. Now these are the elected people, because how would a municipal corporation or municipality will work, that we are going to see. And what do they do? So this is very important. Ward councillor, he is the elected representative of the ward. Now what happens, that we will see. Now each city, like your village was divided into wards, similarly here I'm comparing so that you have a better understanding. So cities are divided into wards, and wards are further divided into sub wards. This division takes place to have effective work, to improve the work efficiency. Okay, and each ward is headed by a ward councillor. Now they are elected by regular election. People who are above the age of 18 can go and cast vote in this election, and this is a regular election after every 5 years. Now the city is divided into wards, and ward councillors get elected. The complicated decision of the entire city are taken by a group of councillors who form committees and decide and debate different issues. So ward councillor is very important in urban administration. Now these are the three heads that we have done. Now all of these will have their ward councillor. Now what happens, suppose this is one area and there are 5 wards, and just to take an example, there are 5 wards. Now if they have a problem, suppose the problem is of ward A, of sanitation, so they will the people will go to the ward councillor and address their problem. If the problem is of this ward, so people will go to their ward councillor. If the problem is of this ward, they will go to this ward councillor. But suppose in a city, they have to have some solution which demands all the ward councillors to meet together. Suppose say there is a drainage system that needs to be taken care of in the city. So drainage system is to be taken from ward A, E, D. Then all the ward councillor of these 3 wards will meet together to decide how things can be taken care of. So all the ward councillor, they meet together regularly for the effective execution of different development policies in their wards. Now in smaller towns, as I've just told you, the work are done by a bit smaller organization, which is called municipal council or the municipalities. Now the work are same, but it is just that their needs are different, so we have different setups. Now the ward councillor has very many important responsibilities that he has to see, like construction of hospital. Okay, and he has to see all this because he is actually being elected by the people. Okay, they make their decision on policy making. They look after the water, garbage, street lighting, different social issues, sanitation issues, health issues in their area. They also make the budget. They look into the demands of respective wards. All the ward councillor, they will meet on regular basis collectively also. And if you have any problem, if you have any problem in the ward that you are living in, you will approach the ward councillor. Now they are the one who are framing the policies, but who actually implements them? Then we have an administrative staff. Like ward people can approach their ward councillor regarding their problem, so they will decide on different issues what has to be done, but who will actually implement those things on the ground? Then they have commissioner and administrative staff. This is by the state. They are appointed. Okay, commissioner and his staff is appointed, and ward councillors are elected. So the commissioner and his administrative staff will see how that particular decision which the ward councillor has taken, how will that be implemented on ground. Now in this again whatever, like this is again in continuation of what he should do. He will see if there is an a break of any epidemic, then again municipal corporation will see. Okay, they will teach and inform people about how to look after this, how to take preventive action so that they are not upspreading. They run school, hospital, and dispensaries. Okay, this is in continuation about the job that they do. Now, administrative department in the cities, like now, suppose there is a flyover which has to be made, like from one ward to the other. Okay, or within the ward, it could be any. If it is between the wards, then both the city ward councillors will meet. If it is within the ward, then that particular ward councillor can take the decision. So here we are saying that between two areas in a city, so decision will be taken by the mayor and city council. With the city council means with the city councillors. Here I mean councillors, all the councillors of the city. So they are the elected people. Now who is the mayor? Once all the ward councillors or city councillor, I'll say ward councillors for a better understanding. So all the ward councillor, when they are collectively meeting, then they form a city council. Okay, so all the ward councillor, when they have been elected, they elect their mayor. So mayor is the head of the city councillors. Now all the decision will be taken by the mayor and the city councillors, ward councillors. So or the municipal councillor. If I use the word municipal councillor or ward councillor, that means the same. Suppose this has to be made, so as because the need is there to avoid traffic jam, so this will be a decision to make the flyover will be taken by the mayor and the ward councillor. Okay, and they are the elected people by the through elections. They are elected through elections. But who will implement it? Who will see that what design is to be made, from where the material will be taken care, will be procured? Who will make the design? Who will look into the labor and other details? So these are the things which the municipal commissioner will and his team will see, who are appointed, who will actually see how this the decision which this team of mayor and his city councillors have taken, what councillors have taken, how that decision will be implemented on ground, that will be looked after by the municipal commissioner and his team. Again I am telling you, mayor and the city councillor or the ward councillor are elected through regular elections. Municipal commissioner and his team are the administrative staff who are appointed. Okay, they are not elected, they are appointed. Now because the size of the city is big, so there are different departments. Like we will have, like in Delhi we have Delhi Jal Board, then we have electricity department, then we have sanitation department. So there are different departments which look into the different functions. Now look, the given picture clearly describes all these things, like your birth and death certificate. This record is also maintained by a municipal corporation or municipal council. Again, this will also have the administrative department in the city. It supervises the division of work in different departments. The different departments are needed because the size of the city is big, or like this also will have comparatively big size. Okay, like they also need division of work in different departments for the effective implementation of the different policies. So they have water departments, garbage collection departments, construction of roads, so that the work can be at the grassroots level, the work can be implemented effectively. All these works commonly are done by both municipal council and corporation, as shown in the picture also. Now there is a Surat plague that came up. This is from your book only. This plague came in the year 1994. Over 3 lakh people, they evacuated, they isolated they left the Surat town. There were a lot of people who were suffering from the plague who were to be isolated. Now the case was very bad in this in the year 1994 in Surat. So because of the efforts which the urban governing bodies took at that time, the city overcame from the plagues that it had been hit from, and the garbage collection was looked into. It was planned and structured by the urban governing bodies, and even today it still remains one of the cleaner cities in our country. Now all your ward councillors are elected by the people. They have a mayor thereafter. Now, even ideally, they are there to work for the people. But suppose if you find some problem, okay, suppose there is a common thing would be like if you're living in your the locality where you are living in, and if you find some unattended electrical wires, so that is not safe. Whom would you approach to? Okay, you will approach to the city ward councillor, the ward councillor of your area. He will look into the matter. Okay, and the ward community means the people who are living there. They can submit their petition, their request to the ward councillor. He will see. He will take the collective decision, action with the help of the city engineer. Okay, if there is a need that the two wards need to meet, then they will do that also. Okay, then further the petitions will be forwarded to the municipal corporation office, and municipal corporation collectively will solve the issues. And then I have told you that administrative staff will see into the implementation of these decisions which have been made by the municipal corporation. Now, Gangabai case, which is a case given in your textbook, this case talks about the community protest only. They were facing garbage issue in their locality. They will go to the, because they were facing, so Gangabai said, because the ward councillor has been elected by the people, so we'll go and take our problem to him. Ward councillor, after listening to Gangabai case, he promised to meet commissioner along with the sanitation officer in this so initially commissioner made excuses that we don't have trucks, we can't look into this, but the finally case was resolved. Okay, so like this you can take your case up. If there is a protest, you can have signature campaign, which again was taken up by Gangabai. Okay, all the protests which you are taking should not be affecting the life of others, should not be harming the public property. That we always have to see. Now, for any government to work, for anyone, like in Gram Panchayat also we see what was the like from where the funds come, the financial assistance. So money flow is needed. So how are they getting in urban setting? The municipal corporation or municipality or Nagar Panchayat, they have collection of taxes. The majorly property of taxes is there, and which contributes to 25 to 30%. Then they have water tax, sewer tax, professional tax, and entertainment tax. Now this defines what we have done so far. The difference between municipal corporation and municipality will quickly sum it up. So their municipal corporation is for big cities. They are for smaller cities. It is headed by a mayor. Mayor we have already done. What is it? So the head again over here is a chairman or president, which is elected by the ward councillors only. It has more powers because it is for bigger cities. It has less powers and less source of revenue. And it deals with state government indirectly, but they have a direct connect with the state government. Please do like, share and subscribe and watch again for better understanding. Thank you.